But with that, I'd like to hand you over to Frank.
Thank you very much, folks. I'll be with you in a second here. All right. Yeah, let's stick this in your pocket. Okay. Thank you, John. I cannot believe where I am. Francis Xavier Maguire from New York City, standing here at the greatest university in the world, talking to people about this new thing that everybody is moaning and groaning about, the recession. Get over it. It ain't going away. And I'm happy about that. Because for the first time since I was a young boy, and as you can see, I have chronological credibility. I've been around here for a long time. And I've seen things go up, but I've seen things go down. And here I am in my homeland. My grandfather Maguire from Fermanagh. My grandfather Harrington from Kilkenny. My grandmother Conlon from possibly Galway. I had to found somebody who knew a little bit about this place. But you know, people said to me when I got back home for my first trip here a few years ago, how did you like Ireland? And I said to them, I love Ireland. It has put me in touch with my Irishness. And my dear men and women, young and old, I'm going to say this to you, but whether you can learn to say it to yourself, believe me, I've gone all over the world with my beautiful Italian wife, but we don't hold that again. Carmel. Folks, there's something special about the Irish. And there really is. Now, you probably don't know it as well as I do because you're probably here. And you take it for granted. I mean, you're walking through the rain to come over here. You're looking at the great university started in 1592. I mean, what a wonderful opportunity this is for a young man or a young woman who's studying the history of the world. Now, I want to talk to you tonight about this thing, because I don't have a lot of time with you tonight. We have another session on Thursday morning over at the Berkeley Square. And we're going to talk for about a half a day. We're going to start in the morning and go through till lunchtime. And we're going to talk about this in more detail. But for the moment, let me just say this to you. I'll tell you your attitude. Colonel Sanders, who sold chicken in a box. Anybody want to volunteer for that? I don't think so. He was 80 years old, 70 years old, when he started that chicken company. He had a 6th grade education. And he lived in Corbin, Kentucky. Now, if a man of 70, coming from Corbin, with a 6th grade education, can start the fastest growing company on the New York Stock Exchange, you gotta know he's got something, right? That's it. What was it he had? It's the same thing with my old boss, Fred Smith, when we started Federal Express. I got fired from Kentucky Fried Chicken. Some big company came along and gobbled us up. And they brought all their senior vice presidents with them, so I'm out of a job. So I'm down there in Louisville, Kentucky, where Colonel Sanders' company, Kentucky Fried Chicken, was, and I'm having a big old-fashioned Irish pity party. I'm feeling so sorry for myself, you wouldn't believe it. I was so miserable, it was great. There's something about the Irish. And the phone rang. I answered, well, hello. 6 or 7 weeks later. He says, are you the Frank Maguire that used to run marketing for Kentucky Fried Chicken? I said, yeah, that's me. He says, well, my name is Fred Smith. I live down here in Memphis, Tennessee. And I'm thinking about starting a little company. Would you come down? I want to talk to you about it. Now put the pieces together here. I've got no job. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm a kid from New York City. That should tell you a lot. And I get down there, and there's Fred Smith sitting in this motel. We had a cup of coffee, and he's got this piece of paper out there, and he's drawing the dot in the middle of the hub and the spokes. He's drawing out the spokes. And he's showing me the hub and spoke business plan that he's thinking about starting a company with. Now, folks, I want to tell you something. You're used to this stuff now, but back then, this was ridiculous. He says, I said, well, let me get this right, Fred. Let me get this right. I want to make sure I understand you. He said, what? I said, you want to pick up tiny little packages, 50 pounds or less, and bring them to Memphis in the middle of the night? He says, yeah, that's right. I said, that's what I thought you said. I said, then you want to circulate them around and you want to ship them out the next morning by dawn to their destination? He says, yeah, that's what I want to do. And I looked at him and I said, Fred, I have nothing personal about this. That's the craziest damn idea I've ever heard in my life. And he looks at me, my Irish brothers and sisters, and he says to me, any dumber than selling chicken in a cardboard box? There's a message here for you. In 1973, we were nowhere. We started a little company in Memphis. And today, we are a verb. People don't say, ship it to me. They say, FedEx it to me. You got that? Is that the way it is in Ireland too? Well, that's what it is. Now, how the heck did we get there? Got to remember where I'm from.